Hey guys, so today I am going to do the 20 questions book tag. I have just pulled up the questions on the website readingladies.com. I shall try and remember to leave it linked in the description down below. Sorry, I've been up 10-20 minutes, so I'm still kind of waking up. Anyway, and if you can hear sort of clunky noises in the background, is my laptop processing the video that should have gone up yesterday, but my mum and I ended up going out for the afternoon / evening, so the weekly vlog is going up a day late, I'm afraid. So it's Tuesday today, if I'm filming this on Tuesday, in case you couldn't do that maths. So anyway, let's get started. How many books are too many books in a series? I don't know. I think see, the only series I have read is Harry Potter, which I'm sure everyone knows is 7 books. Although it could have probably been made into 8 books. And then I've read trilogies as well, but the other sort of big series I've read is the Narnia series, which is only 6 books. I know that the Game of Thrones series is getting the numbers are adding up, as is, I think, the Philip Pullman, the Golden Compass series as well. I've not read either of those. I want to. But yeah, I don't know. I've not really read many series. I tend to be read individual books. But if I do read a series, I want to find out what happens to all the characters and stuff. So, I don't know. Yeah. How do you feel about cliffhangers? It depends. If it's a cliffhanger at the end of a story and there's not, at the end of a book and there's not another book and there's not going to be another book, it infuriates me. I like all loose ends to be neatly tidied up in at least a semi-satisfying way, so that you know what has happened to at least all the main characters. But if it's at the end of a book but there's going to be another book, or there is another book, then it makes me want to go and get the next book so I can find out. If it's at the end of the chapter, then I'm oh, do I read the next chapter or wait until I'm a bit more awake? Because I tend to read in bed. So it then makes me want to pick up the book again. So yeah, it depends. Number 3, hardback or paperback? Either. But if it's a series that I know I'm going to, a book I know I'm going to reread, like the Harry Potter books, then I will buy them in hardback, which I did with the Harry Potter books. I bought them in I bought all of them in hardback, beautiful set, and they came in a little box as well. So books like that I'm much more likely to buy in hardback, because I'm also going to, hopefully one day, assuming I have children, read them to my children as well. So yeah, either. Normally paperback, just because it's cheaper, but if it's, as I said, if it's a book that is going to be read a lot, then I will invest in buying it in hardback. Favourite book? Oh, I mean, the Harry Potter books are amazing. I love the Harry Potter books. Love the Narnia books. Probably my favourite standalone book is probably Muddle Earth. I can't remember who it's by. Let me find out who Muddle Earth is by, because it's such a good book. It's a bit wacky. And is it a series? Looks like it might be a series, actually. It's by Paul Stewart. So I have like the it's illustrated by Chris Riddle, and it's kind of a prodigy of Lord of the Rings, but obviously child friendly. Well, I say obviously, it is a children's book. But yeah, I've still got it. It's well and truly battered on my bookshelf in paperback. It might be one that I invest and get in hardback, actually. Right, least favourite book. I don't really know. I mean, do school textbooks count? Because chances are, if I can't get into reading a book, if I manage to get, like, if a book grabs my attention, then chances are I'm going to enjoy it. So if a book doesn't grab my attention and, like, get me to read it from, like, fairly early on, then I'm not going to read it. But I suppose, yeah, I don't really have a least favourite book. None that I can think of, anyway. Love triangles, yes or no? I mean, I don't really read many romance books. Although saying that, something which I've been working on for God knows how many years does have love triangles in it. Or a love triangle in it. Whether that will ever see the light of the outside world, we don't know. So, I mean, it is kind of old. It is a bit overdone. But, I mean, there's only, yeah, I don't know. I'm not opposed to them. I don't hate them. It depends how well written they are. If they're really well written, then yeah, fine. If they're badly written and it's kind of obvious who they're going to end up with, then no. The most recent book you just couldn't finish. I don't know. I think it was... See, I don't, like, I will put down a book and, like, not touch it for ages, but I will finish it. I think the last book I picked up that I couldn't get into was, it was like something like Secret Song or something. It's black cover with a grey horse, like, galloping across the front of it. I still have it on my bookshelf, but that was when I was like 12 or 13. Like, since then, I mean, a lot of my teen years reading was what we had to read for school, for exams and everything. So yeah. That's the last book I remember that I picked up and started and was like, oh, this is not grabbing my attention, it can go away. A book you're currently reading. I am currently reading just one book at the moment, but Buster by RAF Police Sergeant Will Barrow. It's true story about Buster, who and his handler, who is Will Barrow, or was Will Barrow. He's still alive, both of them. I'm fairly sure Buster's still alive, but Buster has since retired. and Buster is a weapons and explosive detection dog. And it's about sort of their time working together sort of in Afghanistan and that part of the world. I don't actually have much left, really. Last book you recommended to someone, that was... It was a Catherine Hughes book, I think. I can't remember which one. Because she's got... I think it was The Promise. Or was it? No, it was The Secret. By Catherine Hughes, and I think I've since read... So she has The Key, The Letter and The Secret. I'm fairly sure it was The Secret I read, or was it The Letter? I can't remember which. I've got all three of them, I can't remember which ones I've read, but it was one of her books. Oh, Her Last Promise. That looks like it's a newer one, maybe. That's not one I've seen. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. There's some other books there, but The Key, this Letter and The Secret are this, like, they're all standalone stories, but they're written in the same way. I don't know about her other books, if she's got any out, but yes, I really like the way she writes. The oldest book you've read. I mean, I had to read some Shakespeare at school. I've got some... I've read... Jane Eyre. I've got an older copy of that. I don't know how old. And I've got some other older editions which picked up in a second-hand bookshop in the town I used to live in, which I've not yet read. But I think some of them are from like the 50s and 60s, maybe a little older, I'm not entirely sure. My favourite author. Ooh, that's a hard one. Favourite author? I mean... probably Catherine Hughes, who I said, but yeah, I don't really have a favourite author. I'm very much if a book catches my eye, I'll read the blurb. If that sounds good, then I'll probably buy it. So yeah, I don't really have a favourite author, but at the moment I'd probably say Catherine Hughes, but it obviously changes. Buying books or borrowing books? See, I'm sort of not just a book reader, but sort of a book collector as well. So I'd say probably buying books. Or like, I get sort of a lot of books for Christmas and my birthday and stuff. But I have borrowed books in the past. I've not actually explored the library in the town that I live in. I should probably do that. Because, you know, there's only so many books you can buy and keep hold of. So yeah, a book you dislike that everyone else seems to love. See, I've never read Twilight or Hunger Games. I've not read the Game of Thrones books, but I have watched the series. So I've not read any of like the 50 Shades books either. I kind of steer away from books that like everyone's raving about because I don't want to read it and then be like, oh, this isn't actually as good as everyone says it is. So like if yeah, I've never really read what people around me have been reading. But yeah, I can't think of any. Bookmarks or dog ears. So for those who don't know, a dog ear is when you fold over the page. And I'm assuming everyone knows what a bookmark is. I tend to use bookmarks. Partly depends on the book. So if it's a sorry, trying to multitask here. If it's a factual book, say with, for example, a book on fish, and it's got different species of fish that you can keep. Like I will, if I don't have a thing of like sticky notes or page markers nearby, I will dog ear the pages of like the ones I want to get. But if it's a novel or a story that I'm reading where you don't need to mark multiple pages, then bookmark every time. Or like a scrap of paper or something. A book you can always reread. I'd say probably the Harry Potter books, which is probably a fairly obvious and common answer. And Muddle Earth, again, I should reread that again. And can you read while listening to music? Yes, partly depends on my mood. So if it's during the day, I like to have, and I'm home alone like I am right now, I like to have background noise on, whether that's of my iPad with YouTube videos, excuse me, oh dear, or like music, then yeah. If I'm tucked up in bed and I'm reading just before going to sleep, then no, because I'm trying to wind down and get sleepy. One point of view or multiple point of views? It depends on the book, I suppose. So if it's some books which I really like is they're written in two different time periods, like 50 years apart or something, if not more than that. So they are obviously different point of views. But yeah, I can follow multiple point of views even if they're written in the same timeline. So yeah, I don't mind. I've not read many books that are multiple point of views in the same timeline that I can recall. So yeah. Do you read a book in one sitting or over multiple days? Partly depends on the length of the book and what else I have to do. But tends to be over multiple days or weeks. And yeah. Who do you tag? I'm not going to tag anyone. I am just answering this for myself out of my own curiosity and to get my brain thinking a bit. I did not want to open that. So yes, that is my answers to the book tag. I mean, if you're watching this, feel free, you can do it as well in response or whatever. So yes, I shall see you guys next time. Bye.